I'm Malcolm Jeffries, and I'm in the home of the Goggles. The family chosen to host our Simply the Best Week because they're CITV's biggest fans. In 40 years, they haven't missed a single programme. However, you may be wondering why I'm skulking around here in the bathroom.
I was, actually.
Not you. Just listen to that. As you can probably hear, the Goggles are getting pretty excited about today's show. And, well, who can blame them? Not only are we going to be showing clips from top CITV cartoons like the Flintstones and Reboot, but we've also fixed for soccer star Vinnie Jones to drop by and give the Goggles a hurricane-style kick-around. Plus, Peter Cunner from D-Ring will be here, and my old mate Scratchy and Reg. And if you enter today's competition, you can win a trip to New York and LA to see how Batman was turned from comic to cartoon. But the main reason I'm hiding in here is because of... Because of her. I think she's got a little bit of a crush on me. Yes, well, no, I mean, I'm...
What are you doing in there?
He's having a shower.
Shut up.
Any water?
What are you doing?
Can you hear it now?
Thanks.
Yeah, I think he's getting out. No. Now he's using the toilet.
Did you see that there or what?
Yeah, clear as day.
Then why didn't you say anything?
What? He's having a shower and using the toilet?
Yeah, listen.
Right!
He's having a shave now. Just brushing his teeth.
Hurry up, we're about to see today's first clip.
Let's ride with the family down the street. Through the glad to see a fresh new beat.
Don't you come near me.
With the Flintstones.
Where is everyone?
Yabba-dabba-doo-try.
Looks like it's just the two of us today, Malcolm. Just you and me.
I need to use the bathroom again, Gabby.
You don't. You've been in there for 3 hours already.
But I didn't floss.
That's okay. Now, let's pretend we're in the back row of the cinema.
Oh, the Flintstones.
Neat. Oh, sorry, out of the way.
Oh, look at that. They had all the mod cons in those days, even in the Stone Age. TV, fridges, telephones, cars. And according to page 353 of my Trivia Maniacs TV Almanac, this is the episode where Fred uses a Polaroid camera. It's very fascinating. They ingeniously had a little bird inside the camera pecking the picture into a piece of stone. Oh, yes, they had all the mod cons.
Did they have a 900 megabyte CD-ROM?
Don't be silly, Gary, and watch the birdie.
Well, it's just like a cinema.
Hold it, hold it. Adams is the world's greatest photographer.
Oh, sure. I do the work and he takes the credit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we are. Oh, these instant Polaroids are terrific. Hey, how did he get in the picture?
Oh, Gran, me and Malcolm missed all of that. Will you take your hat off?
Pardon?
I said take your hat off.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I can't hear a thing with this hat on.
Me and Malcolm were going to have a cosy evening in before you lot turned up. Thought you were going late-night shopping.
We were.
What happened then?
We were too early. Tell you what, Gabby, we could all catch a movie.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Remember, I want to get my new roller boots by the end of the week.
Oh, right. Here's a tenner.
Thank you.
Are you going to catch a movie?
We are. Terminator 2 is on TV later.
So no snogging for you, Gabby.
Hey, now, stop it.
Right, that's settled. We're all staying in. Anyway, we've got to. You have got a job to do, and it'll be 40 years before we have another birthday like this. So, Gabby.
Yes.
Just introduce the next clip, would you?
Oh. All right. This next clip is a real CITV classic.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Reboot?
No. Here, Mickey, Donald Duck and Goofy are trying to put out a house blaze. But the owner doesn't appreciate their efforts to save her.
be a tenner.
A tenner?
Roller boots. Oh, well, as it's you, give me 50p now and you can pay me the 13.50 later. There you go.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, tenner. That's cheaper than the real cinema. There you go, Greg.
You?
So,
Nice.
This popcorn's nice and fluffy.
Should be. I swept it off the cinema floor.
tastes all right to me.
Hot dog, Mum.
Oh, I don't know, Mum. Got to keep in shape for me singing. Well, is it low fat?
It is if you eat it down there.
Oh, great, I'll have two.
Right, onesie
Onesie,
and twosie.
twosie. Gabby, what on earth are you doing?
Oh, she's helping me introduce the next clip, aren't you, Gabby?
Yes, me and Malcolm are doing this one together, aren't we?
Sure. It's about a special agent who always saves the day, and Gabby is the damsel in distress.
And a very nice dress it is, too.
Shut up, Mum. Malcolm, the special agent, is he dashing, suave and charming by any chance?
Well, you might say that, yeah.
And is he also tall, dark and handsome?
Well, no, he's small, white, and got big ears.
What?
He's a mouse.
A mouse?
Yes, Danger Mouse. A mouse with a mission. A mission to stop a fiendish plan to melt the polar ice caps and flood the world. But that isn't DM's only problem. He has to deal with his idiot sidekick, Penfold.
Here we are, the North Pole. Ooh! We're standing on top of the world, Penfold.
Ah! Oh, oh, crumbs! Oh, save me!
What's the matter?
Top of the world! I can't stand heights!
Uh-huh.
What is it?
It's the bad guy scanner. Yeah, and it's set in the toad mode.
Crumbs!
Yes. Yes, Greenback is 4¼ miles to the east.
Go west, young man!
No, Penfold.
Oh, Egg.
Got the compass?
Oh, yes, Chief.
Mm-hmm. And east is... Right, hold on.
Wow!
Wait a minute, that looks familiar.
Oh, Chief, look at that!
Yes, Penfold, I'm looking.
It's the East Pole!
No, Penfold, it is not.
Is it, Chief?
No, it is the North Pole.
The North Pole. Now you're being very silly again.
What?
The North Pole's where we started from. And we've been going eastward, ever eastward.
Penfold, let me...
We are the first ever to reach the East Pole.
No, Penfold, we...
I claim this land in the name of Penfold the First.
Penfold?
Yes, Penfold the First. And I name it Penfoldania.
This is the North Pole. Because we have gone round in a circle. Let me see that compass. I see. How long, Penfold, has your watch been missing the minute hand?
Oh, Eck.
Can you untie me now, Malcolm?
Oh, no. I've got something very urgent to do first.
What?
Defrost the fridge. Listen, if they think I'm really going to defrost that fridge, then they've got another thing coming, haven't they?
Have you done that fridge yet?
I'm doing it!
Wow! Sounds like a real cool job, huh, Malcolm?
Oh, hi, Scratchy. Reg, listen, I bet you don't have to do any housework, do you?
Certainly not. I have a little man who comes round and does it for me. Don't call me little. Hey, lighten up, big man.
All right. Well, listen, I have to say, I've never seen an inflatable suit before, Scratchy. Where'd you get it?
Well, my dad was a tailor and my mom was a dinghy. No, just kidding. My dad was a life jacket.
Well, it's certainly an interesting design.
Yeah, sure, it's interesting. Boy, these clouds are real.
Well, they look great.
Yeah, they're great, but they're dangerous. Watch out for the lightning.
Very impressive. Anyway, where'd you get the name Scratchy from?
I have absolutely no idea, my friend.
Okay. What with your busy schedule, do you have much time for sort of hobbies or sports?
Sports? Sure, I love all sports. I have to be careful when I'm playing darts, though. You never guess how many suits I lost that way.
No, how many?
180! Oh, yeah, boy, I'm good.
Malcolm, can you untie me now? Please, Malcolm.
Oh, listen, guys, I'm sorry. I've got something to do. I've got to leave you now.
Wait, no, not before you've cleaned these windows. Have you seen the state of them? They're disgusting. Boy, I bet the folks at home can barely see me. Oh, wait! They can't see me do my scratchy dance now. Oh, you bozo! Oh.
They're the lucky ones.
Oh, Malcolm, I was beginning to think you deliberately avoiding me.
Pardon?
I said, oh!
I've been hanging that pardon business, isn't it, Gran?
Pardon? Ticket, please.
What ticket?
Don't you come that with me. Anyone without a ticket gets flung straight out.
You must be joking. Oh, how much, actually?
Tenner.
Right, done. I'll have one, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think she's got one, though.
Haven't got a ticket out? Then get out. Don't you get lippy with me. Come on. You're going straight out. Hurry up. Go on, get a move on.
Shh, everybody. It's the Whiz Poppin' next.
Oh, I've never heard of that show before.
No! It's the Big Friendly Giants Whiz Poppin' song.
Oh, can I sing along?
No. Yeah, what is whiz popping?
You should know, Dad. You do it all the time and then blame it on Gran. The BFG has a drink called Froth Goggle, where the bubbles go down instead of up.
Ow! Which, of course, creates an interesting anti-gravitational phenomena. Hang on a minute. Yeah, if all bubbles go down inside you, when they finally escape, the force propels you to take off like a rocket.
Well, yes, maybe I should explain the viewers about this. This next clip is a bit rude, so maybe all the adults should leave the room and just let the kids enjoy it.
Now, taste it.
It's fantastic.
It is only the beginning. Here comes, Whiz Popper!
I hope you're not going to be rude.
Whiz pop, whiz bang, feel the bubbles go down. Whiz bang, whiz pop, bursting all around. Whiz pop, whiz bang, take it nice and slow. Use them as something, the fabulous feeling of whiz popping wherever you go.
You try it.
No.
It starts with a sip of a tingly tipple that tickles your tongue and a stop. And a wait for the moment of truth as your tongue hits the roof and the fizzly bits make you goggly-eyed and from suddenly deep down inside you're inside.
Oh, I can feel the bubbles trickling down in my tummy. I think I'm going to...
Whiz pop, whiz bang, feel the bubbles go down. Whiz bang, whiz pop, bursting all around. Whiz pop, whiz bang, take it nice and slow. Use never stopping the fabulous feeling of whiz popping wherever you go.
Well, the goggles are whiz popping now, although they didn't have any froth goggle. I think Gran put too much mustard on those hot dogs.
Gran's mustard.
Gran's mustard.
That means you've got this whole sofa to ourselves.
Wait a moment, though, Gabby. Didn't you have mustard on your hot dog?
Yeah, so what? Oh,
Right. Well, maybe I can watch Thomas the Tank Engine in peace. In this clip, Gordon's had a busy day and just wants a bit of shut-eye. But Thomas has other ideas.
Wake up, lazy bones. Do some hard work for a change. You can't catch me. And off he ran, laughing. Instead of going to sleep again, Gordon thought how he could get back at Thomas.
Welcome back. You're just in time to see how Gordon teaches Thomas a lesson next day at the station. And Gran, I hope you've learned your lesson about those hot dogs.
I have, Malcolm. I've knocked him down to 750.
Almost before the coaches had stopped moving, Gordon reversed quickly and was coupled to the train. Get in quickly, please, he whistled. Thomas usually pushed behind the big trains to help them start, but he was always uncoupled first. This time, Gordon started so quickly they forgot to uncouple Thomas. Gordon's chance had come. Come on, puffed Gordon to the coaches. The train went faster and faster, too fast for Thomas. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Peep, peep, stop, stop. Hurry, 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 laughed Gordon. You can't get away, you can't get away, laughed the coaches.
Serves him right. What is going on?
It's Dad!
Oh, blast. I'd have got away with that if it hadn't been for you pesky kids. That's what the villain used to say in Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And on page 450 of my almanac, it explains my favourite part of the show. The Scooby snack. And I'll follow the recipe in here to tell me how to make this.
Do you know what I liked about it?
Go on, tell me.
The song. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Got some work to do now.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you got a sliver.
I asked for that. Anyway, in this clip, Scooby and the gang are pursuing a ghostly villain. Or is it a dog napper in disguise? And spot the Scooby snack. I'm ready for another one.
What a close shave. That was almost a catastrophe. Hey, Shaggy, come on, follow the dogs. They've spotted him. The dogs have him.
Why, it's Buck Masters, the owner of Big Red. He's the dog napper.
You blasted kids! Why didn't you mind your own business?
Catching dog nappers is our business, Mr. Masters. After all, Scooby-Doo is a dog, and we love him very much.
Chuck ices, lollies, kippers.
Well, it's intermission time here, apparently. So we'll take a break too, but stay tuned because we'll be back and in our main feature we'll have more CITV animation from soccer star Vinnie Jones and the Hurricanes. Plus, in our big birthday competition, you could win a trip to see how Batman was turned from comic to cartoon. Rick May will be pooping in Wind of the Willows, and we'll have Peter from D-Ream. Welcome back. I'm in the home of the Goggles celebrating simply the best of CITV. But grand scheme for thing, it's a multiplex cinema. And the clip we want to see next is playing in Screen 2, which I thought was just the kitchen. So we're all going to squeeze around the kitchen table and watch Wind in the Willows.
Don't you mean Whiz Pop in the Willows?
No, I don't.
You can't come in, you're not old enough.
What?
You have to be accompanied by an adult.
But I am an adult.
Oh, well, that's full price then. That'll be £20, please.
But they got in. What?
Thank you. There's your ticket. Roll the boots.
I heard that. You know, you're just as bad as Toad from Wind in the Willows. He's always getting obsessed with the latest crazes. And I hope you're safer in your roller boots than he is in his motor car. Just watch this. Woo!
Hello, you fellows!
Oh, no.
Do you think that toad got hurt?
What?
Well, it drove that car straight into that haystack. Was it a stunt toad?
Don't be soft. That's not a real toad. That's model animation.
That's right, Dad. And in the programme coming up, we see how they made the new version of Wind in the Willows, which is out this Christmas on ITV in cartoon animation.
Bang go the drums, the trumpeters are tooting, soldiers are saluting, cannon they are shooting, and the motor cars are hooting. Poop, 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 as the toad came home. listen to my songs, eh? There's this enormous git to laugh at. You know, Toad, who lives in Toad Hall. Hello, hello.
Of all the books in the English language, The Wind in the Willows is one of the best known and certainly one of the most loved and reread by children, and by adults too. It was written over 80 years ago by Kenneth Grahame. When Grahame was only 5 years old, his mother died and his father left home, putting him into the care of his grandmother, who lived in the little village of Cookham, on the banks of the River Thames in Berkshire. Later, Grahame came back to Cookham and lived in this house. He loved to rediscover the countryside around it. Sometimes he went into the nearby Quarry Wood that he remembered as a dark and a scary place, and which would come to be the wild wood of The Wind in the Willows. Most of all, he loved to take a rowing boat out onto the calm waters of the River Thames. He dreamed of writing a book for those who keep the spirit of youth alive in them, of life, sunshine, running water, woodlands, dusty roads, and winter firesides. He dreamed of an England with unspoiled countryside and traditional village life, of friendship, innocence, and adventure. As a birthday present to his young son, Alistair, he began to read him his stories of Mr. Toad and the life of the riverbank, which would be remembered forever as The Wind in the Willows.
Company. Hello, you fellows. No. Wretched oars.
Now, The Wind in the Willows comes to the screen on ITV this Christmas in a brand new animation feature by the producer of The Snowman, Where the Wind Blows, and The World of Peter Rabbit and Friends.
We're trying to make the definitive film of Wind in the Willows, and I think people will find it's funny and amusing and moving and all the things that you need to do to entertain people.
Don't overthink. Let him catch up with you, fellas. Let him catch up. Don't go too fast.
It's a feature-length program. It's really enormous, in fact, and the planning that goes into it's fairly substantial. But I haven't actually counted the number of people. We'll be between 200 or 300 people working on this production, and be at it for the best part of a year.
Let him go.
The animation is introduced by scenes filmed on the river with the distinguished actress Vanessa Redgrave.
I've got my grandchildren with me, and I'm reading them the story as we go out one day on the river. And it's their favourite story, so I'd have to read it again and again. I loved The Wind in the Willows. Yes, I was given it to read when I was very young, together with Kenneth Grahame's other two books. I think I read all of them when I was about 10 or something. Yeah, I loved them.
Can you forgive me?
My dear chap, water under the bridge. I say, that's quite funny.
The characters are so lovable, and there's a sense in which we recognise people we know in those characters. We all know a Moley and a Ratty, and we certainly know a great number of Toads.
He's just a maniac. I think that's what I like about him. The others are gentle and nice. Toad is a good person. He's just driven by his vices.
The other aspect of the book, I think, is that wonderful tug-of-war that goes on between the love of home and being there and all its comforts and all the security of it, and the yearning to get away from it, to go on adventures.
Oh, my.
The storyboard is the visual foundation of the film. It sets up the shots, whether you're in close-up or long shots. We use the least number of drawings to put over the intention, but of course there's no movement or anything. It's just like filming Dennis the Menace. We're talking about films involving animals, but in fact, most of the animals in these films, they act like human beings, you know, quite often they wear clothes.
Stop being an ass, Toad.
Jill Brooks, who designed the characters, was very aware of the problem.
The characters haven't got shoulders. They tend to sort of run from their head straight into their bodies. Obviously, animals don't normally wear clothes, and for any child who has ever tried putting on their doll's clothes to the cat, you know how crumpled it looks like under the arms and how tight round the back of the neck of the cat. So obviously we have to adapt it slightly. They are basically English gentlemen, but they do actually revert to an animal instinct, particularly if they're fighting. For instance, we made the Mole, who's a particularly round and cuddly creature.
Mole had been working very hard all the morning, spring cleaning his little home. First with brooms, then with dusters, then on ladders and steps and chairs with a pail of whitewash.
In real life, he is actually quite a sharp-toothed young gentleman, and the same with the other animals, except for Toad, who tries to be ferocious but doesn't manage it.
Oh. Toad might put on a sort of, you know, thing.
Well, no, that's a bit too... Well, you know Rick from The Young Ones and Richie from Bottom and things. It's that kind of... Except Toad's nice, you see.
They're mostly country clothes, although, of course, Toad wears the latest boating clothing.
And his enthusiasm, his energy, you know. One moment it's caravans, one moment it's cars, and the cars. That's just so funny, that idea of this guy, this little fat guy, in this powerful machine.
I am none other than the famous Toad, motorcar snatcher and prison breaker. Grab him! Stop it! Sit still and you shall know what driving really is, for you are in the hands of the famous, the skillful, the entirely fearless Toad!
Yes, this is the dreaded Secret 1538. You remember where... I am an animation director. Well, I use a thing called a dope sheet. Why a dope sheet? It's called a dope sheet because it's an Americanism, and dope is information, which is divided into feet of film and seconds in time. Here's the dialogue, and he says...
You surely don't mean to stick to your fussy old river all your life?
Using that track, I write in the instructions to the animator how the character will act with gestures, etc., and how his eye works. I've shown a little drawing there of the sort of eye I want. And then the animator animates the drawing.
You surely don't mean to stick to your fussy old river all your life? I want to show you the world. Stop, will you?
As an animator, my priority is the timing and the acting, and I draw very rough and very fast. A lot of people say it must be an extremely boring job. How can you sit there and draw the same thing over and over and over again? And the usual question is, why don't you use computers? But they don't actually realise the joy of every little subtle movement and the timing and the acting. I have a team of 2 or 3 assistants following behind who will clean up the drawings. The priority is to get the thing moving.
Sound is very important, and you must just listen to the music of the sound. You'd be surprised that half of what people say in real life is less important than the way they say it.
Terror of the wild wood, terror of the wild wood. Ah! Terror of the wild wood. Ratty! Ratty! Ratty!
Tom, here's 1513 from episode 1. Can you test it for us, please?
Yeah, sure.
So, here we are in the line testing room. Until now, all we've had is a pile of drawings that the animator has done. And this is the first stage at which we see them put together on film, on video at the moment, and to see if the movement actually works. The background layout is already down. So we finished shooting the scene frame by frame, and I'm going to look at it now with Mike to see what we think of it.
Get out of this, you fool! Get out, please! Help
Yeah,
me!
seems to work fine. I think so.
Get out of this, you fool! Get out! Oh, please, help me! Help!
The voices that you give to the characters are very important. They make the character believable. Or if you get the wrong voice, you can destroy the believability.
We were really lucky because we got the 4 main voices we really wanted to get. Alan Bennett seems to belong to Wind in the Willows in one way or another.
I've never been in a boat before.
We then chose Michael Palin, who seemed to fit the sort of crisp, middle-class Englishman that Ratty is.
There is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats.
Michael Gambon playing Badger was suggested by our casting lady, in fact, and he's perfect because he's got this lower voice, very like gruff bit, and it works very well against the other 2.
Why, Ratty, me dear little man, come along in.
We got Rick Mail in to do Toad, the over-the-top Toad, and he's perfect for it.
This is the finest of its kind ever built. All the fittings planned by myself.
I'm rather like Toad. I'm loud and vain and arrogant. And in the characters I play, I mean, I don't mean normally. Obviously, I'm a nice person. And I've got big buggy eyes and eat flies.
Oh my! Oh my!
I'm the art director on Wind in the Willows, and what that means is I take over from the line drawings that the animators do, and I turn everything into colour. I came up with an idea of having a sort of soft feel to the film because there's lots of landscapes and English countryside, and it's quite a lyrical feel to the book, so we thought we'd go that way rather than a sort of more cartoony style.
Onion sauce. Clear the way. Did you see that? Excellent.
The pastel technique works really nicely for the outside stuff, all the sort of English landscapes and riversides and the different seasons. We also have indoor shots of all the animals' homes and dramatic scenes like the dungeon. Maybe this is the first time that we're going to see a whole film with the backgrounds done in pastel. One of the nicer sequences for me to work on was Ratty's dream sequence where he imagines he's going off to the Mediterranean and working the ships.
Way, blow that down. Yeah. So, coming on board. Ships.
Ratty, where are you off to?
Why, with the rest of them? Seawards first and then on shipboard. To the shores that are calling me.
I do the initial drawings and paintings, and so it all has to come back to me. I'm the one who has to decide, you know, on the spot whether, you know, Mole's teeth should be more yellow or white. And so I get lots of phone calls every day from people scattered around London asking me silly questions.
And in fact, the whole thing is absurd because you don't get water rats rowing boats and wearing clothes. And you find yourself arguing about a tiny detail as to whether that's the kind of hat he would wear, whether the rabbit's hopping properly.
I get these samples from the art director, who's actually designed the colour. Then I have to then analyse the colour, make up colour swatches so that we can mix in bulk for the entire film. So I would make up a swatch like this, finding if that colour works. Once the colours are agreed and approved, and the recipes are in the book, it's very important that the colours remain the same throughout the making of the film. This is Toad's recipe book, so you can see there's his green flesh, his waistcoat, and that's him in the yellow suit, and this is him in the blue stripe, because he has changes of clothes and costume.
How much paint do we need for one character? Well, let's take Mr. Toad. Green, surprise, surprise. Well, you've got Mr. Toad's face, his paws, his feet. Maybe he takes his clothes off at some point. I would say we're going to need about 30 litres. Enough to paint this room 3 times over.
Moly, how can you possibly say it's cheerless?
Now, the painting and the tracing is done on this stuff that we call cell, and it's transparent acetate. The tracers trace this on the front of the cell. Usually, the characters are all traced in one colour, but we've used different coloured trace lines, and it looks great. Then the painters paint on the back of the cell.
Yeah, these cells are being cleaned once they've been painted, like this otter. You have to lay them out on black card, and with the trace line, you paint up the trace line, but obviously when it's quite tight like that, you go over the line sometimes. So you put it on the black card to see where the paint's gone over the trace line. And then you scrape it back as carefully as possible, all the way along until the scene's clean, and then you clean it with lighter fuel, and then it's off to the checker.
I'm tracing a mole as he's coming out of his hole. And I'll probably do one of these in about 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm painting Ratty, and this is the final result. This is the colour model that I follow for the colours. I'm putting the darker colours on first, nice and opaque so that the light doesn't shine through. I go through and I do the darkest colour on all the cells, and I do the next colour all the way through. And I'd say I do about 30 cells a day.
In making films, especially animation films, the soundtrack is extremely important. I mean, with animation, it really helps to drive the animation, and even great animation with a bad soundtrack really doesn't work.
I'm called a Foley artist, and basically I put all the sounds onto the animated picture, and if there's footsteps, we footstep and create the sounds for those characters, and if there's rustles or moves with their clothes or their scarves or anything like that, we will also do those moves as well, so you get natural body movements and footsteps, and we also do effects.
And they have tin cans and bits of all sorts of extraordinary equipment.
Producing layouts and backgrounds is a bit similar to building a set for the theatre. A layout is really a blueprint for the entire shot. It gives all the information which the animators and the background painters need. Here we see Molly leaving Ratty's house and setting off towards Wildwood in the distance. This shot's interesting because it shows the difference between what Molly thinks he sees and what's actually there. Fear and terror is all inside Molly's head.
Oh, oh, oh. Get out of this, you fool! Get out! Oh, please, help me! Help! Oh, oh, ah. Terror of the Wildwood! Terror of the Wildwood! Ah! Ratty! Ratty! Ratty!
There's a lot of water in Wind in the Willows, and water does all sorts of things like splash, ripple, boil around, and we don't want to have to draw every cell individually. As special effects director, I was asked to devise a gadget, which I call the water box, so that we could make the water happen in camera. And here it is here. It's mounted beneath the camera on the table here. Everything on the top level is in focus. Everything underneath is out of focus. And between there is a level of plastic which ripples through, and right at the bottom again, are little pinholes of light against which we pan another cell to make them appear to sparkle.
And here's Ratty running across the river. That's right. Yeah. And Mole is here on the jetty. That's nice. We had to animate boats on water, and that's very difficult for an animator because animation isn't very good at subtle things. So we took a live-action camera to get some reference material. So this is where Mole grabs the oars and nearly tips it.
First, you must learn the theory.
Hang the beastly theory. I want to go.
Sit down.
Let go. Let go, I say.
No, sit
I'm
down.
determined I shall.
And I'm
Let
determined
go.
you shall not.
Don't be so obstinate.
Don't be such a fool.
I tried to get them to tip it over, but they wouldn't.
No.
In this business, time is of the essence. You've never got enough time.
We'll get it right next time. Don't worry. It's looking good.
At this point, we are behind. Most films always go behind schedule.
Oh, no.
But making a traditional animated film is a slow process that can't be hurried.
Some moonlight on his jacket. I'm scraping it off with a kebab stick.
The last few months are always a nightmare, day and night, and weekends as well.
I was awake half of last night worrying about it.
Finally, like pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle, all the completed scenes and processes fall into place to create a classic film.
Oh, my.
Poop, 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 poop. And it sends him into this sort of dream, and because he just loves cars.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, what's happened?
It's that Gary again.
Oh, I'm always doing that. Hey, mister, can I have my ball back, please? Show off. Vinnie Jones.
Vinny?
Hey, I haven't touched him.
Well, if you say so. Anyway, Vinny, welcome to the Goggles backyard.
Cheers, thanks.
Nice of you to come along.
Yeah.
So, CITV shows, any favourites for us?
I still like the Flintstones and Scooby-Doo. Like to see them.
Stuff you grew up with?
Yeah.
What about the Hurricanes then? Are you into that football cartoon?
Yeah, the kids like that at home, so I get a little bit drawn into watching that. It's good.
So, I don't suppose you can give me a few tackling tips or anything like
Oh, well, I heard you had a couple of tips you could give me.
Oh, you want to see Malcolm Jeffries' football tips? All right, then, yeah, well, I can do...
Shall I get them out?
I don't think I stand up, mate. Oh, yeah. I don't think I should do that. But, obviously you come up with some formidable opponents in your time, haven't you?
Yeah.
But I bet you've never had to tackle a wallaby, have you?
No, a few wallies, but not wallabies.
Well, the Hurricanes have, when they had to make a video to promote some new football boots that weren't quite what they seemed.
Okay, mate, let's kick that ball. I want to see those boots fly.
Whoa.
Rubbish!
Still no word from Plato, Jock.
Cool! Did I do that?
These boots! Formidable! You could use a pair of formidable boots, couldn't you, Vinny? Add a sort of bit of finesse to your game. What do you reckon? I think we should take a break now. Hopefully we'll be back soon with the Goggles to meet our guest, Peter Cunner from D-Ream. I'll also be announcing yesterday's competition winner and setting today's big question for you to win a trip to see how Batman was turned from a comic to cartoon. I'll see you in a minute.
No, this is not screen 3. It's my bedroom.
Is this screen 3?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Come on in, Malcolm. Thank you.
Well, our next clip needs no introduction whatsoever. It's Roadrunner being chased by Wile E. Coyote, and while he...
thought you said it didn't need an introduction, Malcolm.
I'm sorry, Dad. Gabby.
Gabby, leave him alone.
I wish my life could be more like a cartoon. Anything's possible. There's always a happy ending.
Funny you should say that, because I got a present for you that'll definitely make your life seem more like a cartoon.
What is it?
I got her, just like in Reboot, when Bob took over Enzo's delivery of a present from the evil megabyte to the evil hexadecimal. Only he doesn't know the mask that's inside it contains a delete command.
I have a package for you. Enzo's overwrite delivery.
A package for me? Whatever could it be? A mask? What a shame. I already have one. You'll have to return it to Megabyte with my regrets.
Megabyte sent this? You know, returning things isn't really part of my function. Have a good one.
I said take it back.
Bob? That must be hexadecimal's hole in the ground.
Bob should get to Megabyte's tower just as the clock reaches 0. How diabolical of him to hide a delete command in a harmless mask. I wish I'd thought of it.
Dude! Bob's in major trouble, and it's all my fault! Ah! No! Stop! Ugh. We gotta warn Bob that the mask he's delivering is really a bomb for Megabytes, and I didn't want to tell you this from him because you never let me input anything exciting.
You can't leave it there. What happens next?
I've got to amend my almanac.
Well, it's very exciting because Bob...
Will you two shut up? I'm trying to show Malcolm my posters. This is a poster of you, Malcolm.
Yeah.
And this is a poster of Take That. And this is another poster of you.
Yeah, me.
Gary, did you draw that moustache on there? Oh, sorry, Malcolm. This is another poster. No, this is a poster of E17.
Yeah, E17.
And this is a poster of you. And this is Peter from D-Ream.
Hello. Don't normally have that effect on people. And this is Peter from D-Ream.
How do you, Malcolm?
Welcome to Simply the Best.
All right, thank you.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
Dad. Give Peter a seat.
Oh, well, we're going to listen to some Barry Manilow then.
A lot more interesting.
Thank you very much.
Yes, very good.
Each to their own.
So, we're in Gabby's bedroom at the moment, which a little cluttered, shall we say?
It's much too cluttered for my taste, I must say.
Obviously, you wouldn't have all the pictures of boys, so who do you have on your bedroom wall?
Yuck! Yes. Or maybe, I don't know, Annie Lennox.
something like that. So are these artists you respect, relate to?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I don't know, I'd probably frame something like Tchaikovsky or something like that, or Bach.
Really?
Yeah, so that I look intelligent to someone when I do bring them into the bedroom.
We love pretension.
Yes, we do, yes. Yes.
The family, you've got so many TVs and got a clip of your video playing on.
All right, yeah, from the song.
But what's the deal with the satellites?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. A friend of mine was a scientist, and well, he's become a scientist. He used to be in the band, and I managed to get the people in Jodrell interested in promoting the third largest satellite dish on the planet, I think. It's a really interesting place. It's about an acre across, and it's about 360 feet in the air, so you can see all of the, you know, the Yorkshire Dales up there.
Excuse me, D-Ream. Why are you called that? Is it a spelling error or what?
No, mainly because it makes it difficult for people like yourself to pronounce it, sir.
Right, thank you.
Dad, just back to Manlow. So CITV.
Yeah?
What are your favourite CITV shows, if you have any?
Oh, yeah, like, Ruby-dooby-doo. Yeah. There was, How as well.
Oh, Fred Dinage. Oh, we've got him coming on tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Anyway, listen, you don't really want to hang around.
No,
this
I've got a
madhouse.
plane to catch, people to see, gigs to do. Well,
thanks for joining
very
us,
much, Malcolm.
She'll come round.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope so. She doesn't need any medical attention.
Thanks, Peter. We'll just go downstairs and watch out for the
See you later. And
See
by
ya.
the way, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks very much. And now for the winner of yesterday's competition, Gary.
Yes, I won!
No, Gary, I just wondered if you'd like to introduce him.
Not now, thanks. No.
Oh. All right, then. I will. And yes, it's you. You're off to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where the space shuttles are launched. You'll go to the launch pad and you'll be there for a scheduled takeoff. What an out-of-this-world prize. And here's another in today's competition. You could win a trip for you and an adult to see how Batman was turned from comic to cartoon. First, you'll go to DC Comics in New York, where the Cape Crusader comes to life. You'll get your own special comic with you and Batman on the cover. Then it's off to Los Angeles to see where the Batman cartoons are made, along with Bugs Bunny, Tasmania, and the Animaniacs in the Warner Brothers Animation Studios. You'll get a tour of the film studios where Batman movie was made, and who knows who you might bump into there. Maybe Batman himself.
Batman.
There's also 40 runners-up prizes of Wind in the Willows videos. Now, who's got the question?
Oh, I'll find one in my almanac.
I just remembered. Who are the baddies in Wind in the Willows? Are they A, the weasels, B, the rats, or C, the hedgehogs?
If you think you know the answer, then call now on 0891 555 555 and leave your answer. Winners will be chosen at random from the correct entries and announced tomorrow.
But don't forget, as always, ask the person's permission who pays the phone bill.
Who pays the bill?
I do.
Well, that's all we've got time for today.
Excuse me. But tomorrow's show is even better than today's. Bob Holness will be dropping by for a round of blockbusters, Fred Dinage will be explaining how, and there's a lot of CITV presenters getting mixed up with the wrong programmes. Plus, Neil Buchanan will be art-attacking the Goggles house.
What will he be doing exactly?
Let me explain that. What Neil does is take everyday items and convert them into works of art.
How do you mean?
This incriminating phone bill. Now it's a collage.
What, you little... I'll tell you, I'm gonna get you for that.
Also tomorrow, you too can do your own art attack on Blackpool Tower if you win our competition. And don't forget, on Friday, the best awards ever, voted by you. Simply the best. But for now, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Simply the Best CITV, sponsored by Kellogg's. The best to you for the next 40 years.